What's up, legends? Welcome back to Mental Groove, the place where real talk gets real reactions. Today we're diving into another bold Kevin Samuels moment that's got the whole internet buzzing. Before we press play, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and stay locked in. My full breakdown is coming right after the video. Let's get into
How
it.
are you?
I'm fine.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
We're talking about emotional labor and emotional availability in relationships. Um, you got anything that you want to add to the topic or a question you had to ask?
Well, I don't have a question. I just have a few things I want to add to the topic. I'm 40. I've been married,
Mm-hmm.
divorced. I have a good relationship with my kid's dad. I have 6 daughters.
You have how many children? 6?
I think when people say that they're
Hold on just a
emotional,
second. How many daughters do you have? How many daughters do you have?
I have 6 daughters. 6.
Okay, go ahead.
I think,
Mm-hmm.
as I was saying, I think that, they bring baggage over from other relationships. And so when they're emotionally tired, that's why they're drained. I feel like once you leave a situation, women need time to heal. Like, you need time to heal. You need time to get over whatever previous situation you were in, and then you get back out into the dating system. If you look,
How old is your youngest daughter?
my youngest is 17 and my
And
oldest is
how,
24.
and how old are you?
I'm 40. I got married at 15. My dad's a bishop, so it was, you have sex, you get married. That was just
So
it. So,
you had 6 kids in like a 7-year span?
yeah, yeah, back to back.
Okay. But you still got half a life left.
Yeah.
What's the rest of life gonna look like?
uh, well, by 42, I should be retired. Um,
Okay.
I can honestly
Then
say,
that means you got nothing else to do. What is a relate?
I'm
Life is
sorry.
about Life is about relationships. So
Life is
life is.
about relationships,
So what's the
but
rest of life gonna look like?
when guys see me, and I live in Houston, so everything is not what it seems in Houston. But when guys meet me and they see me, like if I'm pumping gas or if I'm just out and about, I don't know if they feel intimidated or what it be, but
No,
they'll just meet
we're talking about you.
and just keep going.
I'm asking what okay. What does life look like for you? Not about
What
the
life looks
guys and the
like.
problems with the men. What if you're retired at 42? What does life look like as far as a relationship?
Life for me, I just want to date. I don't want to get married again. I want to
So
casually date.
that's fine. So you want to date until you're 80.
Yeah, I don't want to get married again. Yeah, that's not
Okay.
something I want.
So
I've done it. I don't want to do it
okay.
again.
Now, what women do you know over age 55 who are single, dating, and happy?
Well, I feel like, at this point,
What women
having
do
six
you
daughters, I got
know
about
over 55 that are single, dating, and happy?
every last one of them on the Housewives. But
Are you out of your mind? The reason that show exists is because it's called drama.
yeah, yeah. But I just don't. I can't say
No,
five
I don't.
years from now or
What I don't know is I don't understand why so many of our women feel like they are just going to be able to live life like rebels until they die. Because you said you retire by 42. That means you'll have all the. You're gonna. What do you do for a living?
I have a trucking company.
So you'll be financially set to where you'll retire.
I'm financially set now. I can actually retire
So,
now, but I'm waiting
okay, if
till
the money's
42.
there, then you've known life as a woman. You're the oldest you've ever been right now.
Yeah.
And many women assume that the next 10 years is going to mirror the previous 10 years. Man, you're going to get wrinkled, you're, you're going to get old, and your money, fine. But what women do you know that are single, over 55, and happily dating as the norm? That's not how life is set up now, is it?
It's not how life is set up, but in reality, in the reality here, dating at 55, to be honest, nobody really takes a union, a marriage seriously. So, I
Who
mean,
filed for divorce?
for me personally, I
Who
just
filed for
don't.
divorce in your marriage?
I'm sorry,
Who filed for divorce in your marriage?
I did.
Why?
I divorced him and I started dating women.
So you want to tell me a woman who has a bishop for a father, who was married young, who filed for divorce and became a lesbian, how nobody takes marriage seriously?
What
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the last part?
You want to tell me how nobody takes marriage seriously when you left your man for a woman?
Well, I filed for divorce because he was cheating, and then I started dating women.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
See, ma'am, you're a rebel.
Okay.
You come with the rebel tattoos and the rebel fingernails, and just because you got money, what I don't see is happiness. I don't hear
Actually,
any of you
I'm
ladies
happy.
talk. No, you exist. Happy? Ma'am, you know just like I know, being over 55 dating sounds like it's going to be horrible. But what you can't do is do a relationship that lasts. That's what you can't do. So you got no other choice other than to try to make shit sound good.
You know what? It's not the point that I can't make a relationship last. It's just,
Make a relationship work.
or make a relationship work. I mean, being married and then for so long and then going through that and then, going over and dating women and then the few guys I have dated after that, it's
And who
just,
left you when you were with a woman? When you were with a
take
woman,
marriage
why'd you stop dating her?
seriously.
When you left, who left you? Did you leave the woman, or did the woman leave you?
No, we didn't leave each other. We haven't,
Mm-hmm.
we haven't left each other.
Y'all are still together?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, and this is real talk, I know more women who date women who now understand why men are having such a problem today. I know plenty of women who are like, I hook up with women, but I would never be involved with one. The problem today in relationships is women. You can do whatever you want to, and you move according to your feelings. But that only works while youth happens. That's why I fast forwarded all the way to damn near 60 years old, when you can't still be somebody's mama at 40, whatever, and you know them wrinkles and everything. It's like, well, damn, I didn't want to think about it. You better think about it, because now you can do something about it. Relationships aren't supposed to be your prison.
Yeah.
And so many of the women, so many women, black women in particular, talk about relationships in such terms. There's nothing really good about a relationship. So let me ask you, what's good about a relationship outside of companionship and sex?
Nothing to me. I mean, honestly,
I get it.
you know what? To be honest, I'm actually going to agree with you on that, because even whether if I was with a man or a woman, how I view relationships, I mean, I would only need somebody for sex, and I really don't need them for that. Like, that's just where I've gotten at this, at this point in my life. Like, anything else I can do, I can provide, I can handle everything else I need to it,
But do you think that you as a human female, are you any, have we evolved to the point where we don't need each other, or you just
No,
got?
no, no.
But what I'm saying is, you're being honest. In relationships, after your survival needs are met, people are disposable. That's more about the person, not the state of relationships. I need you to really think about, do you want to be a disposable person? Do people just throw you away? I mean, you're from Houston, right? Texas.
I'm from New Orleans, but I live in
New
Houston.
Orleans, even better, where people live in ancestral homes. First time I went to New Orleans, I saw people who lived in houses for 8 generations. And
Yeah.
they wouldn't think it, because that meant something. But the way you're talking is we should just get rid of every generation and just scrap it. You got 6 daughters. How are they gonna have a community if people are disposable?
You know, my kids kind of view me different. They always say, "Mom, you can be old with cats. You really need to just get with somebody and just stay there." Because I keep my relationship with my
With your
girlfriend
lady friend.
separate from them, but
They still know you. You got 6 daughters. Are any of them married?
one,
Which one in the six?
the 24-year-old.
The oldest?
Yes.
Did the other 5 have children?
No, the oldest.
Okay. Did you teach your 6 daughters how to be a wife?
Yeah. And a
You
mother.
did.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
taught them what my mom taught me, but just certain circumstances that and things that I went through kind of made me sour towards relationships.
that
The
one
way I
person,
view people,
the one,
I
was it with
wouldn't
one
teach
person though?
my daughters to
Hold on,
be
hold on, hold
men.
on. Hold on, hold on. The thing that you went through, that was with one person?
Yeah.
One person salvaged you on a planet of billions.
Yeah. It took one man. Yeah.
Well, no. Do you make room for the fact that women today are not made of the stuff women of the old were made of? Y'all give up too easy. Y'all don't want any pain. You want pleasure and luxury.
I mean, if, I don't know how verbal I can be, but I think I
Well,
went
here's the
through
thing.
enough
Let's
pain.
just assume that it was the most horrible relationship ever. Man, it was still one person.
Yeah.
You wouldn't got a woman, so it wasn't that bad. You have not been celibate since, so you can get your knees scratched.
Yeah.
And see, this goes to my point. Modern women today can only handle one disappointment, and after that, they're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's fine if your financial needs are met and everything else. But what I'm saying is, you got 6 daughters, and you're saying your daughters want to all be wives and mothers. Okay, I'm gonna believe you. But do you think that they're all going to get married?
No. No.
Why you think that is?
One of my daughters, I don't think she's gonna get. I don't think she's gonna get married. But I mean, I don't know the future. She just.
Of course. But you said the youngest is 17, right?
Yeah. Yeah. She's 17. She's not.
Are they
If,
in relationships with people?
I'm sorry.
Are they in relationships?
Yeah, my daughters, they all are in relationships except the 17-year-old. She's into school and all of that. So she's not in a relationship. My 18-year-old, I wouldn't say it's relationship. She just casually date people. I mean, she just turned 18, so she's just getting out there, getting a feel for
But if you
life.
were, but you said, but what you're telling us is you raise your daughters to be wives and a mother, even though you're divorced and you have a relationship with the woman right now.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is this: are they going to have fulfilling lives? I mean, because it sounds to me like you got money and things like that. That's cool, but life is about people. I've told this to men for years. That's why I fast forwarded to 55, and I'm like, where are the people? That's one of the things that made New Orleans so different than any other place, because I saw people that went back all the way to antebellum slavery, and they had family traditions. We're the generation that threw all that away.
Yeah, I mean, they still have people. I mean, when I go back home, it's still people like that. I mean, it's still people, whatever
But what is our
happened, it happened in the home, right?
responsibility? What is our responsibility to keep it going? Because we're in the same age cohort. So what I'm saying is, it sounds like your financial needs are met, and you can take care of yourself. Cool. I'm just saying that if your daughters are telling you you need to settle down and be with somebody, all I'm saying is life is about people. and we are treating each other in the black community as we're just disposable. Like we ain't never gonna get old. And now we're starting to see women, I'm not gonna say anybody's names, who were the shit in the 90s, who was every bit in their mid 50s and 60s, and they're running around the internet with all this pancake makeup on, still trying to act like they got it all together. And they are we're about to have a sad next 10 years if we don't get this, if we don't talk about it. We gotta talk to these young folks and let them know, look, we didn't do it right. Right, wrong, or indifferent. We got the wrong information, wrong time, but we should, if we could do it all over again, we should have stayed together and should have worked it out.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. You know, my kid's father, he moved from Louisiana just so he can be closer to the family, you know, here, you know, he's maybe 2.5, 3 hours away from where we live in Houston. He came to visit a few months ago, and he was like, you don't think we should get back married and work things out? We were young, but to me, my question is, at what point do you say, you treated me like shit, you dogged me, why should I give you a second chance?
I'm gonna be honest with
I'm
you.
not big on
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. My ex-wife, my first wife, was remarried. But I told her this too, and I know her husband, he's a good guy. I told her, I was like, you know what? If things hadn't worked out, I was gonna give her probably another 3, 4, 5 years and say, we just need to go ahead and ride the rest of this time out.
Yeah.
As practical as that was, because we were high school sweethearts, and I got love for her. Both of the women I married, I loved them. I did not, the love, we changed, but she and I were married. We were high school sweethearts, had a daughter together, and it would have been a better thing for my daughter, the family, everything else, to reconnect with somebody who didn't work with. I would rather see that. And you go live in your room, and he go live in his room, and we get together and eat Sunday dinner and Christmas and live for the next 20, 15 years and die being buried next to each other than being buried in a fucking cemetery by ourselves and having money. God honest truth. That's why I never talk crazy about my exes.
Yeah.
We were young. We got wrong information. We had the crack epidemic, AIDS, all kind of, the middle class fell apart in Generation X. We got the worst deal. History is going to be sympathetic to us, but we at the end have a chance to turn back to young people and say, yeah, we didn't know no better, and if we would have known better, we should have stayed together. So yeah, I knew what you was gonna ask me as soon as you said your ex. I was like, I bet you gonna say we should get back together, because I see that happening more.
Yeah.
What do you think this whole thing of hey big head? Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, why not? I would rather get with somebody I loved in the past than to try something new. At least you already know how their body's set up. It ain't like you're gonna be doing what you used to do. You can tolerate him at least. He like your dressing. You know how he like his gumbo. Come on, man. Relationships are choices every goddamn day. And I bet you one thing, you would appreciate each other more when you be like, look at this old snaggle-tooth, gray-haired dude. But I remember him when he was this, and I remember you when you was that. All right, whatever. I can't stand it. When you start getting on each other's nerves, you just go into your room. You go in your room, turn on your movies, let him go do what he do. And then when y'all feel like being around each other, hey girl, how you doing? I'm gonna run up to the store. All right, okay, all right. You know I'm just waiting for you to die, right? I know I'm waiting for you to die too. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
You ain't got no, that is true. That is true. I said it, and I told my ex-wife that even jokingly, that just because we fucked up doesn't mean we're fucked up. We can choose different.
Yeah.
So I think this has been a good call, honestly. I think it's been a good call, and if your ex is closer, that's family. We got the family we were born into. We can't choose. It's the people we choose in life that becomes the most important family. And all that matters is what you there's an agreement and an understanding between one man and one woman that don't nobody else in the world understand. And when we care too much about what other motherfuckers think, we need to care about what that person in the other room thinks. Fuck the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the world is why so many of us are broken up. So many of us today are broken up because of what people who don't have any. I could go to church right now preaching on how outside agitators are broken up so many black families. Fuck that. So thank you for asking me the question, and you might want to consider it because it sounds to me like you come from a. I mean, I know them girls from New Orleans. They're a different breed down there, and you know, unless you've been down there and seen what family really look like and history and things like that,
Yeah.
I didn't know, but I understand. And New Orleans moves different. And one of my best friends from childhood, his wife was from New Orleans. They'll never get a divorce because them folks in Louisiana is different.
Yeah.
I love different. You might want to think about it. You might really want to think about that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate
All right.
the compliment.
Whew, let me get this straight. She's 40, 6 daughters, been married, been divorced, and now she says she just wants to casually date, not settle down, not remarry, just keep dating until she's 80? Seriously? You've already brought 6 young women into this world. 6 daughters who will look to you as the blueprint for womanhood, relationships, and what stability is supposed to look like. And the plan is to just keep casually dating? No structure, no legacy, just vibes? At 40 years old, you're not just living for you anymore, you're shaping the next generation of women. And here's the truth. Men are watching this and saying, this is exactly why I'm careful about who I take seriously. Because casual dating at 40 with 6 children isn't empowering. It's avoidance. It's dodging accountability under the disguise of freedom. Let's be real. You had your chance at commitment. It didn't work, fine. But to now decide that nothing serious is worth it while raising 6 daughters who will one day want love, marriage, and a stable home, what message are we sending? This isn't hate. It's just perspective. Because if you're going to date until you're 80, cool, but don't be surprised when no man of value is lining up to be part of that cycle. At some point, we all got to grow up, especially when other lives are watching.